My name is Véronique Bellon-Morel. I'm the host convener of this conference and co-convener together with Professor Simon Cook from Curtin University in Australia, in Perth, and Dr. Nicholas Tremblay from International Society of Precision Agriculture in Canada. I'm very sorry because they have not been able to join because of the sanitary situation. And as you all know, the sanitary situation obliged us to switch from a face-to-face conference to a hybrid conference in a very short time. This was a real challenge, and we had to be inventive about that. So I warmly thank all the organization staff about that. And they made a tremendous job to organize this hybrid conference. I hope everything will run smoothly, and I thank you in advance for your indulgence if it doesn't. So I'll now declare open the conference, and without further any delay, I give the floor to the directors and presidents of the hosting institutes, Muse, Agropolis International, and INRAE. So François, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Véronique. Well, I'm very pleased to see you all. So I know that only a limited portion of you are here physically present in that room. But anyway, probably many others are behind the screens. So I'm the executive director of Muse. So what is Muse? It's not an institution, it's not an organization, it's just a project. But it's a quite important one for here, for this city and this scientific community. In 2016, so that's a few years ago, in 2016, in this city, we decided to launch a common initiative all together. And what is all together? It's 16 different organizations. That's the nice point about the French complexity. We have a lot of different entities, universities, independent engineering schools, national organizations, university hospitals, 16 of them. That's more or less 6,000 scientific people, researchers, engineers, and the like. And we decided to make one big initiative all together to create in Montpellier at the end, and that will be true starting next year, to create a new university that is at the end recognized on the international arena on 3 different issues. And we decided not to select academic disciplines, but really issues, global issues. So those 3 global issues are food security, the protection of environment, and human health. Of course, you understand that those 3 issues are completely interconnected, intertwined. After 5 years of efforts, we're starting now to see some results, some impact of this work. The attractiveness of the university has increased. To give you just one figure, the number of PhDs is up 10%, while in France, in average on the country, it has decreased in the same period by 5%. The international visibility of the university and all the partners has increased. If you follow the international ranking, you have probably seen that we've been up 140 spots in the global ranking in Shanghai ranking, and also we are on the top 3 in ecology. But maybe more important, because maybe sometimes you don't, and I don't, believe in those international rankings. If you look at the scientific production, the papers, you'll see that 65% of the papers published here in Montpellier are published with co-authors that are outside of France. Other points regarding this international visibility. We have been created with colleagues in Europe, one of the first true European university, and really the first true European diploma, a master in sustainable development. And we'll announce in a few days that we will host in those buildings in a few weeks one of the tools that is following the impact of human life on the biodiversity. So one of the secretary of the IPBES will be here in Montpellier. But it's not enough. The university also increased its impact and its relationship with the territory on different issues. One is the relation with companies, because we also need companies when we have produced knowledge to go from knowledge to innovation and innovation to services and products. We have doubled the number of companies that are installed on our campuses and working with our labs and researchers and students. Maybe more important, we have reached agreement with the Metropolitan of Montpellier and also the local and regional governments. And now we are sharing big initiatives regarding the development, the economic development and the societal development of this arena. And we are all aligned on the same topics, feed, protect and care. That's the motto of us, the university, our colleagues here in the room, and also the city. And maybe if you were here last week, you have probably noticed that we had a very big event, the first new summit between Africa and France. This was a very big success. About 1,500 African colleagues came here, either directly from Africa or from France. And we had a wonderful week. And at the end, the summit was a kind of recognition of our role here to play as a portal for scientific issues between Africa and France. So the reason why we can witness this progress on different issues is because many actors are working really in the field, people like Véronique, like the group of guys in Digitag, working by connecting different communities, scientists involved in digital science, in agriculture, in legal aspect. Well, that connection makes the group of us, the 6,000 people, really one community, and that's why reason we are, I believe, successful. The other is because they are able to connect with international colleagues. You are one example of that. Working on real issues, that's what you're going to do during this event. So I have to thank Véronique for all the power, all the drive she has put in the process, and I know that our success is really because she and others are really work hard for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, François. So now, please, Patrick, can you be the next?
Hello.
Patrick Caron, thanks.
Hello, Véronique. I can listen to you, I can hear you, I can speak probably, if you can hear me. But the camera has been locked, so I think I can speak without the image, if you allow me to do so, or not losing time. Well, first of all, I'd like to really welcome you. Although I'm chair of Agropolis International, I'm not in the building this morning, but I will join you later during on Friday. But I'd like to welcome you on behalf of Make It, Montpellier Advanced Knowledge Institute on Transitions, which has been created thanks to Muse. So I'm just continuing what François has begun to share with all of us and explain to all of us. And Make It has been created, apparently okay, you may see me now? No, the camera is working, probably. Okay, you can see me. You can hear me. Could you make a signal? Yes? Okay, so Make It has been created in 2019 as an institute for advanced studies, indeed advanced knowledge, within the framework of Muse, bringing all institutions in Montpellier together. as François has explained. And as the director of Make It, I'm very pleased to be part and to be associated to this conference. And I will explain you in very short words, few words, why. The Make It is part of the family of Institute for Advanced Studies that are created. There are more or less 100 in the world at the moment, and there are something like 10 in France. But there are some specificities in Make It, and I can quote 3 of them. Number one, as a child of Muse, it focuses on the societal challenges, which are feed, protect, and care, just like François has explained. The second specificity is that it builds on the analysis of controversies that relate to the connection between feed, protect, and care, and there are many of them. And I will just illustrate in a few words, with the very strong assumption that understanding better why people disagree, why there are controversies, may help moving towards a transition for sustainable development. So understanding divergences, different views and values may help in renewing with a dialogue, which is so important to move towards sustainable development. And there are, as I said, many of those controversies, and many of those controversies that relate with the focus of the conference. Just to give some examples, what about intellectual property right for technology adoption and for innovation? What about co-design of innovation versus diffusion of technologies? What about the controversy about whether the use of digital technologies can or not create employment? And this shows that there is needed a required reflexivity to go along with technology design and innovation. And the third characteristic of the Institute of Advanced Studies of Make It is the fact that it relies on a policy for international attractiveness, which means first to host researchers for short, medium, and long-term periods, and to make them work together. And secondly, to value at the international its results. And for all these reasons, I'm so happy to welcome you. By the way, Make It, there is no E, it's Montpellier Advanced Knowledge Institute on Transition. So it's MAKIT. And with that, I would like to wish all of us a very nice and fruitful conference. Thank you, Véronique. Thank you, Simon.
Thank you. And I would like to mention that Myrtille Lacoste, who will be the chairwoman this morning, is also a laureate for Make It. So she has got a grant to be with us for 10 months. And congratulations, and nice to have you with us. Okay, so the third person that will give the welcome today is Caranta. She's General Director for Research and Innovation at INRAE. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Véronique, François, and Patrick. And good morning, everybody. It is really a great pleasure for me to participate to the opening ceremony of this conference on farm experimentation. First, let me say a few words about INRAE. INRAE is the French National Research Institute for Agriculture, Food and Environment, a world leader in this domain. And our mission is to produce, of course, and share scientific knowledge, contributing to solve major challenges in Europe and the world concerning agriculture, food and environment. But also a second very important mission is to build on our research to foster innovation, to provide expertise, and also to lend support to public policy maker. Our new roadmap named INRAE 2030 was published last year, and it defines our scientific priorities and objectives for the next decade. Among the 5 priorities, 2 of them are tightly related to the topic of the conference. The first one is about the acceleration of agroecological transition of agriculture and food systems, and the second one deals with transitions by the mobilization of data science and digital technology. Last but not least, in our strategic plan, we also put particular emphasis on partnering from the conception of program and project, and also on opening to a large diversity of stakeholders at the regional, national, European, and international scales. So now let me say a few words about why on-farm experimentation and digital tools matters to INRAE and more globally to research. It is a fact farmers innovate, and for an institute such as INRAE, it is really essential to accompany these innovations. Farmer-centric on-farm experimentation is an action research approach, now clearly renewed by digital tools, as pointed by the subtitle of the conference, which is Digital Tools as a Scalable Transformative Pathway. It consists of supporting farmer-initiated innovation with methods that facilitate its setup and evaluation. On-farm experimentation, now empowered by digital tools, paves the way to a new form of experimentation. It opens also new research questions in various scientific fields, and importantly mobilize different disciplines, including agricultural and zootechnical sciences, digital and data sciences, and of course, social and economic sciences. An issue is undoubtedly the need to cross these various disciplines, and most original research in the field on farm experimentation will emerge from this crossing. And this is to outline the need for an interdisciplinary approach to understand and to build the socio-technical organization and the associated technologies to accompany the development of on-farm experimentation. Finally, the On-Farm Experimentation 2021 conference is sponsored by the OECD Cooperative Research Program on Biological Resource Management for Sustainable Agricultural System, with the objective of making recommendations for future public policies that are totally and very necessary for the emergence and deployment of on-farm experimentation. And this point is perfectly in line with the vision of our institute and of course other institutes. At INRAE, for instance, we have created an expertise and public policy direction to increase the impact of our research. To conclude, I would like to apologize for not being with you during this conference. I'm currently in Jouy-en-Josas, near to Paris, for a visit of one of our research units. And I really would like to wish you a very fruitful conference, and of course, to thanks Véronique and all the organizing staff. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Carol, and I'm sure this will be a fruitful conference.